celebration, everybody? Thank you. All right. I'd like to welcome everybody out here. Really like to thank Indian Grove for participating in our Arbor Day this year. I am Dave Hall. I'm the Forestry Grounds Superintendent for Public Works, and me, along with my staff, we're in charge of the more than 24,000 parkway trees throughout the village. So I'm really excited to be out here with you guys today and go through the program with you. I just do a quick introduction of the people that we have up on stage here. We have over here, we've got Trustee Hatsis, Trustee Holfert, Trustee Sakatelli. We have School District Dr. Nancy Wagner, your superintendent, excuse me, and your very own principal, Mrs. Fisher, our Mayor Juracek, Trustee Grossi, and Trustee Rogers, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. So they're all here with us today. I'm very excited to have them out here with us today as we do our 35th Arbor Day celebration for the village. And this is a tradition that started back in 1985, so it's a long-standing tradition that we've done. So actually out in the crowd too, I did see P.W. Paws was probably going to make an appearance here today. So, oh, there he is. And Deputy Director Jason Lieb is here with us from Public Works. So at this time, I'll turn it over to your principal, Mrs. Fisher, and we will get going through the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hall. Welcome, everybody. Special welcome to our parents and guests and visitors who have joined us on this beautiful spring day. You know, this has been a very important week because Monday was actually the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. So many of the students and teachers in the school have been talking about the earth, which includes obviously beautiful trees, plants, everything, recycling. So we're so proud of all the boys and girls who have taken those messages home with them and have worked very hard, even here at school, being aware of respecting our earth and all that's in it. So today we have special students that are going to sing, move, speak, read different things about trees. This is really a celebration of trees and the planting of a new tree by our school. So if you have your program's guests, I just want you to know, all the boys and girls, you will be getting a program later today that you can take home that follows all the events that we're doing here. So you will get your own copy from your teacher. So we're going to start with our kindergartners, who are going to sing a song, and their help is coming from our music teacher, Miss Van Eck, and one of our PE teachers, Miss Morano. We have some students doing scarf movement, while the kindergartners will sing a song called Tall, Tall Tree. Kindergartners, turn around and face the audience so everybody can see you. Look at Miss Van Eck.
You're big. Not the bottom. I'm a tall, tall tree. Blossoms grow on me. They open. I'm a tall, tall tree. In summer the breezes blow on me. I bend.
Thank you, kindergartners. Excellent job. And now from our first grade, we have students giving us some advice from a tree. So come on up, first graders. I'm going to move this so they can speak. Okay, get by the mic. Go ahead.
Stand tall and proud.
Okay, walk this way.
Go out on a limb. Remember your roots. Drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. Be content with your natural beauty. Enjoy the view.
Thank you, first grade. Second graders, we have a poem about Arbor Day, so come on up, second graders. They're going to share the different verses from the poem.
Dear little tree that we plant today, what will you be when we're old and gray? For the savings bank of squirrel and mouse, for the rabbit and wren in apartment house. The dressing room of the butterfly's ball, the locust and katydid's concert hall.
The school boys' ladder in the pleasant June, the school's girl tent in the July noon.
My leaves shall whisper right merrily the tale of children who planted me.
Thank you, second grade. Our third grade readers today they're all reading original poems that they've written about our earth and about trees. Come on up, third grade.
Rain. Rain gives so much life. It creates rivers and lakes. It is very wet. We can't survive without rain. I jump in all of the puddles. Forest. Grass crunch under feet, tall, unique trees just like me. Raining, cats and dogs, awaken plants, animals. Growl, chirp, cricket, and buzz.
Tonka. Trees will soon fall down because we cut them to the ground. We have to save trees. Trees give us oxygen to breathe. Trees make paper to draw. Trees make wood to make houses. Trees make lots of homes. You can help by growing trees. Trees also make fruits and vegetables. That's why we should save trees.
Trees. Looks like nature standing strong in the wind. Smells like a breath of fresh air. Sounds like a cool breeze rustling through the shiny green leaves. Feels like tree sap stuck between your fingers. Tastes like sweet, sticky maple syrup and cinnamon. Those are trees.
Thank you, third graders. Fourth graders are going to share some facts about trees that some of you may not even know. So come on up, fourth grade.
According to the last forest inventory, there are almost 247 billion trees over 1 inch in diameter in the U.S. In 1 year, an acre of mature trees absorbed the amount of CO2 produced by a car driven 26,000 miles.
Trees cool the village by up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit by shading our homes and streets and releasing water vapor into the air through their leaves.
One large tree could provide a day's supply of oxygen for up to 4 people. Trees remove pollen from the atmosphere, improving air quality and human health. Among minor crimes, there's less graffiti, vandalism, and littering in outdoor spaces with trees as a part of the natural landscape than in comparable plantless spaces.
Trees lower surface and air temperatures by providing shade. Shaded surfaces may be 20 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit, cooler than the peak temperatures of unshaded materials. Trees can boost the market value of a home by an average of 6 or 7%.
Trees provide vital wildlife habitat.
And our last grade, fifth grade, is here to read from a book called A Tree is Nice.
A Tree is Nice by Janice May Udry. Trees are very nice. They fill up the sky. They go beside the rivers and down the valleys. They live up on the hills. Trees make the woods. They make everything beautiful. Even if you have just one tree, it is nice too. A tree is nice because it has leaves. The leaves whisper in the breeze all summer long. In the fall, the leaves come down, and we play in them. We walk in the leaves and roll in the leaves.
We build playhouses out of the leaves. We pile them up with our rakes and have a bonfire. A tree is nice because it has a trunk and limbs. We can climb the tree and see all over the yards. We can sit on a limb and think about things, or play pirate shove up in the tree. If it is an apple tree, we can climb it to pick the apples. Cats get away from dogs by going up the tree. Birds build nests in the trees and live there. Sticks come off the trees too. We draw in the sand with the sticks.
A tree is nice to hang a swing in, or a basket of flowers. It is a good place to lean your hoe while you rest. A tree is nice because it makes shade. The cows lie down in the shade when it's high. People have picnics there too, and the baby takes his nap in his buggy in the shade. A tree is nice for a house to be near. The tree shades the house and keeps it cool.
The tree holds off the wind and keeps the wind from blowing the roof off the house sometimes. A tree is nice to plant. You dig the biggest hole you can and put the little tree in. Then you pour in lots of water and then the dirt. You hang the shovel back in the garage. Every day for years and years you watch the little tree grow. You say to people, I planted that tree. They wish they had one, so they go home and plant one too.
Thank you. Let's give a nice round of applause again for all our students that participated. I also neglected to mention we have some special guests here from our District 26 Board of Education. Mr. Frank Fiorito is our president. Janine Friedland and Robert Roxton are also here to attend this wonderful ceremony. So David, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you to all the students for that wonderful program. There's a lot of good information in there. So obviously you guys have been working pretty hard prepping for this, so that's always good to see how all those interesting facts that you guys have learned about trees as you're getting ready for this. So just a little bit on the history of Arbor Day. It began in 1872 when J. Sterling Morton had moved from Michigan to Nebraska. And when he got there, he noticed, well, this isn't like where I come from. There are no trees around here. So he decided to start a special program and initiated school kids planting trees just to get more trees in the landscape out there. That has evolved over the past decades, and it really has been kicked off, and now every state celebrates some sort of Arbor Day program, and this is a history that we're carrying on here today. It's important because it gives us a day to recognize the importance of trees and the roles that they play in our community. It seems that our trees, our urban forests, are always under some sort of attack, but with planning, we're able to prepare ourselves and minimize losses, make plantings, and move forward. So we lose trees for a number of reasons. We lose trees to insects and pest disease, sometimes to storm damage, and sometimes trees are just overmature and they've grown as long as they can in our urban environment. So with this, we continue to move ahead, and in fact, we have been and plan to keep doing is planting more trees than we remove every year. Arbor Day gives us a chance to look at these replacement trees as the future of our urban forests, with hope that they'll grow and fill the voids from the trees that we've lost. This is important because we want to continue to have the tree-lined streets that we're accustomed to here, that play so much of an important role in our community and adds so much value. So the trees that we plant and take care of, they actually provide environmental benefits that are worth more than the cost of planting and maintaining them. So overall, it's a great benefit and value to the village. So why do we need trees? I'm sure that you students have been talking about this over the past few weeks, and from the presentations, I can tell that you guys know like, some of the benefits of trees. They provide shade, they provide beauty, they provide oxygen, they prevent stormwater runoff, amongst other things, that provide food and habitat for wildlife. So because of our forestry program, we received again this year for the 34th time the Tree City USA Award. So this is an award that is given to us by the Arbor Day Foundation, and it's given to communities that show that they care and value their forest. The things that we have to do to show that we do this is we have a proclamation of Arbor Day. We celebrate an Arbor Day like we're doing here today, and we have a community division that is in charge of taking care of the trees, such as the Public Works Forestry Grounds Division. So you could probably imagine that it costs quite a bit to take care of all these trees that we have throughout the village. So we've been very fortunate here in the village to have a mayor and board members that are very understanding to that and supportive to the Forestry Grounds program. And I know that they recognize the value of the trees here in Mount Prospect. So at this time, I'd like to award our Tree City USA Award to Mayor Juracek.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Well, this is really terrific. As you can tell by now, Mount Prospect really loves its trees. We've done 35 Arbor Days. This is our 34th recipient plaque that we're getting to being Tree City, and that's really amazing. I want to thank our whole Board of Trustees for being here to show its support, and we even have one of our former mayors here, Gerald Skip Farley, and his wife Janice. Skip was presiding mayor over many of our early Arbor Days, and I think he's been at almost every Arbor Day that I can recall. One thing that I can say about today's Arbor Day is I am amazed at the response and the preparation of all of you in Indian Grove School. Earlier in the week, Dave Hull shared with me a sneak peek at the program for today, and I was blown away by the level of participation, the artwork on the program. I think there's 9 of your students' artwork on there, maybe a dozen. That's amazing, and the all-inclusive nature of your participation here from kindergarten all the way up through 5th grade, really, really awesome and terrific. And I see parents out there showing their support for this too, and that's just amazing. So you've done all your homework, you've learned about trees, the importance of trees, so I won't embellish what you've learned, but I do want to point out our beautiful crabapple tree here. And I hope that that tree becomes a focal point for your memories of Indian Grove School. As you get older and as you leave Indian Grove and you go on to middle school and high school, or you come back after college and start a family here, I hope that you'll come back and visit that tree. And that tree will be the source of your amazing memories of all the effort that you put not only into today's Arbor Day celebration, but into the community that you are as Indian Grove. So we're very proud to be here. As you know, every year we go to a different school in the village, and this year it was Indian Grove's turn, and we are so happy to be here and add to this beautiful line of crab apples right in front of the school. So without further ado, I think we'll move on with our ceremony.
All right, thank you very much. So now, we'll go right on to the planting ceremony at this time. So if I could have all the members up here on stage, if we want to go ahead and exit over to the crabapple.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to thank the Garden Club for helping to pay for the tree, and they'll be helping us to plant it. Thank you, Garden Club.
So we have with us doing the planting today. We'll have the mayor, if you want to step up there. Bill, our forestry foreman, is there to help. We are ready. All right. Mayor Juracek. Trustee Grossi. Trustee Rogers. Principal Fisher. Superintendent Dr. Nancy Wagner. Trustee Sacatelli. Trustee Hofert. Trustee Hatzis. We've got a Garden Club member here with us today, Terry Saraslowski. And we have Indian Grove's very own Garden Club representative kids here that are going to come up. Thank you, Garden Club. And we have P.W. Paws here. He always likes to get in on the planting action, so we've got to let him make his way to get up there to do that. Now the forestry grounds crew will come in there and they'll finish up the planting, and we'll come back and we'll get that tree all watered in today. I'd like to just note that this is a Donald Wyman crabapple, and this tree grows approximately 15 feet tall, maybe 12 to 15 feet wide, so it makes it an ideal species to plant underneath wires where you don't have a lot of overhead room. So this tree will have peak buds that open to white flowers, dark green leaves that turn amber gold in the fall, and red fruit that will persist throughout the winter, making a great wildlife habitat tree. I'd like to do a few thank yous here for the participation in the Arbor Day. I'd like to thank all the fine artists from Indian Grove Elementary School for their program art. Did a wonderful job with that this year. I'd like to thank the Forestry Grounds staff for their participation, which makes pulling this ceremony off so much easier for me. I'd like to thank Principal Fisher, teachers Miss Van Eck, Miss Morano, Mrs. Bennett, Mrs. Creaser for their involvement in the program, and all the teachers, the staff, and the students from Indian Grove Elementary School. And also like to thank the Garden Club for their donation towards the purchase of the tree. And thanks to Howard Kleinstein and Steve Martini, who are out here filming this event for us today. Finally, I'd just like to remind everybody that we have our annual Public Works Open House coming up this coming May 18th. So I hope to see everybody can make it out there. You can get a ride in a bucket truck. We're gonna have hot dogs. It's a great opportunity to see how the village operates behind the scene with all of our equipment and what we do. So to conclude the ceremony, we are going to do a group song, "America the Beautiful," which is led by Indian Grove's music teacher, Miss Van Eck.
Okay, we've been practicing, so sing nice and loud and clear. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet. It's okay if you don't know this one. Passion's dress, a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God meant thine every flaw. Confirm thy soul with self-control, thy liberty in law. Good job.
All right. Very good.